Beautiful mamas. So today we'll be gently acknowledging as we move through our practice the enormous amount that we are holding for our children, for our families, the enormous amount that we're juggling during this time, and the capacity and the potential to hold all of this with grace and ease, and just a subtle shift in energy of holding it in a heavy way versus holding it with grace and ease. So it's not something that we're going to demand of ourselves, but it's something that we can plant the seed inside ourselves and practice coming from this place more. So let's just close the eyes and begin this process of journeying inward together. And as we journey inward, just practice bringing with us a spirit of care and kindness, relaxing into the compassionate presence that many wise ones say is inherently there within us. Not something to put on, but something that when we peel the layers back is there. It's just there within us. So just relaxing into that compassionate presence. And then just calling forth within us any part of us that's been feeling burdened by the weight of this pandemic, or anything that's been unfolding in your life that's been feeling heavy or hard. Perhaps it's been the anxiety or the fear of getting sick, or a loved one getting sick, or the day in and day out of being alone at home with your children without any help or break. Whatever it may be, just take a moment to turn in and see if you can turn towards, with loving care and attention, any part of you that's finding some aspect of this experience difficult. And just listen. Just letting this part of you know, I'm here and I care about you, and you can tell me all about it right now. And if there's a feeling of, no, I can't do this, it's too much, you can just turn towards that part of you that's saying, no, I can't do this, it's too heavy, it's too much. And just acknowledge it for trying to protect you from the heaviness of this, or the intensity of this. Just thanking that part of you for wanting to protect you, and just asking if it would step behind you, so that you, in your compassionate presence, can come forward and be with the one within you that needs your attention right now. Just practice being there in just the way this one that's having a difficult time inside needs you to be right now. Just shining your loving presence, simply listening with a warm heart and caring eyes. You can just ask this part of you, the one that is experiencing perhaps some distress or heaviness or dismay. Just asking this one within you what it needs from you, what it needs needs from you around this. And just notice its response. And see if this is something you're willing to offer. And if so, you can let this part of you know you're willing to offer this. And then as you're here with this one within you that's been feeling distressed in some way, see if you might invite in a wise, loving presence from beyond you. Wise, loving presence. It might be some aspect of nature. It might be a religious or spiritual figure. It might be an animal guide or an ancestor, or just some energetic field. So just take a moment to invite in higher self, higher power, or a wise, loving presence to be with you as you are with this distressed one within you. And just take a few moments to feel that presence around you or beside you. And see if you can ask this wise, loving presence if there's any message it has for you as you hold this distressed one in compassion, as you are with this distressed one within you. Just ask this wise, loving presence if it has any message for you around this. And just receive and trust anything that comes after you ask. And if there is a subtle hint of a message that's coming, just let yourself receive that message again and again, so it can allow you the opportunity to steep in that message as you receive it. Let it nurture you and nourish you. Just trusting whatever comes, and it's perfectly fine if nothing comes. You can just hang out in the silence. And just notice how this message affects you. Notice any response you have or your body has to this message. And to see if there's anything you want to communicate to this wise, loving presence as you begin to bring this to closure for now, knowing that this relationship continues on within you. I'm also taking a moment to bring the relationship with the distressed one to closure for now, knowing that this relationship will continue on within you. Just reminding the distressed one how much you care about it. And that you're here to listen. And you can gently bring the attention back home to the breath. And begin to deepen the breath as we transition into deep 3-part breathing. Feel free to bring right hand to belly, left hand to heart. And to exhale, fully press the belly in, exiting the air out through the nostrils. Inhale, slowly expand belly, rib cage, collarbones rise. And exhale, collarbones lower, chest lowers, belly deflates. On the next in-breath, you can engage Mula Bandha, root lock, drawing the muscles of the perineum and pelvic floor up and in. And on the exhalation, slowly releasing those muscles, like an elevator going down 4 flights. Slowly, floor by floor, layer by layer, releasing. And continue at your own pace on the in-breath, engaging Mula Bandha, root lock, up 4 flights, and on the exhalation, slowly releasing Mula Bandha. Few breaths, just like that. As mothers, even more important, especially if we delivered our children vaginally, to really tend to the sacred organs. To invite this part of our body into the practice regularly. After the next long, slow exhalation, you can return the breath back to normal. Bringing both hands onto the heart, or hands together in front of the heart. Gently bow the head humbly down to the openness of the heart. And just take a moment to acknowledge and to celebrate that divine spark of life and light that rests deep, deep within you. And take a moment to acknowledge and to celebrate that divine spark of life and light that rests within your children. See that light within each of them and bow to that light. And take a moment to acknowledge and to celebrate that divine spark of life and light that rests within all beings everywhere without exception. And you can interlace the fingers behind the back of the head, drawing the elbows towards the center of the forehead, just stretching the back of the neck gently. Breathing into the shoulder blades. And then tilt the top of the pelvic bowl back. Belly button moves towards the spine. And curl the elbows inwardly towards the belly button. And then lift the head, neck, and chest. Fanning the elbows wide apart. The tops of the hips rock forward, the chest rising. Take a few deep breaths here. And just opening up to the possibility of holding all that you're holding in your life right now. with a gentleness, with an open hand instead of a grasped one, with grace and with ease. Take a nice deep breath into that possibility. Breathe it right into your heart. And exhale, curling inward like a bud. Inhale, blossoming open, flowering from within. And exhale, curling inward like a bud. And continue at your own slow breathing pace. Just moving slowly with grace and ease. Following your own breathing pace. There's no rush, there's nothing to accomplish here. Just deepening our inner witnessing as we unfold. Good. After the next full round, you can pause, releasing the arms down and bringing the hands onto the earth out in front, coming onto the hands and the knees. And then rounding the back, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone under, and pull the left knee forward towards the forehead. You can have the left foot on the floor here for more ease, or lift the foot up for more strengthening action. And then lift the head, neck, and chest and send the left leg back and up, opening through the heart. Inhale here, and exhale, forehead towards the knee, knee towards the forehead. Moving slowly and gently with loving care. Inhale, lifting head, neck, and chest, lifting the leg. And exhale, pulling knee towards forehead, forehead towards the knee. And continue at your own slow breathing pace. Very helpful for the back and spine. Very simple, deeply nourishing for the back and spine. Good. After the next full round, you can pause, lowering the left knee down, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone under, and pulling the right knee towards the forehead, forehead towards the knee. Again, lifting the right foot up or lowering it down if you want some support. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Lift the right leg back and up. Inhale here, open through the heart. And exhale, pull the forehead towards the knee, knee towards the forehead. Inhale, lifting head, neck, and chest, lifting the right leg, and continue at your own slow breathing pace. Just moving gently through space. Practicing taking our time as we move. Good. After the next full round, you can pause. Lowering the right knee down, spreading the knees apart, big toes touching, wide angle child's pose. Buttocks towards the heels, forehead towards the earth, and extend the arms forward and kind of paw the palms up so that just the fingertips are on the floor. Forehead down, elbows raised, palms up. And just breathe into the back body with 3 nice deep breaths. Deep breath in, expanding the back body, the back of the rib cage. A long, slow Ujjayi exhalation through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose, expanding the back body. A nice long open mouth Ujjayi exhalation through the mouth. One more time at your own pace. Good. And then you can keep the left arm where it is. Bend the right elbow. Bring the back of the right hand to the floor and slide the right arm through. So we're going to slide the right arm between the left hand and the left knee out to the left. And then from here, we'll lower the forehead back down about where it was. And just giving the back of the right shoulder a nice stretch. And just bring some attention to the right palm and this open hand. Relaxing the fingers. Just practicing holding whatever it is we're holding with grace and ease. And even a willingness to let something slip through our fingers. Take a nice deep breath in. Long, slow exhalation. And gently rise. Extend the right arm forward next to the left arm. Then bend the left elbow. Bring the back of the left hand to the floor. And slide the left arm between the right arm and leg. Out to the right. Lowering the left arm down. Lowering the forehead down if that's available to you. And stretching the back of the left shoulder. And bring some attention to the left palm. Feel the left finger softening, curling a little bit. Practicing holding whatever it is we're holding, greeting whatever it is we're greeting throughout the day with grace and ease. A moment with our children in a conflict. A difficulty with a partner. A financial stress. Or a health issue. Just greeting it with a soft, open hand. Take a nice deep breath into that possibility. And slowly exhale, opening up to that potential. Good, gently unwind, sliding the left arm forward. Shift the weight into the hands, coming up onto all fours. You can bring the knees a little bit closer again. And then melt the hips forward, lift the head, neck, and chest, moving towards gentle upward dog with knees on the ground, modified. And then from there, if you'd like, you can lift the knees off the floor. Inhale here. And exhale, press back into child's pose, or you can curl the toes under and lift the hips up high for downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward and up towards upward dog, opening your heart to the day. And exhale, press back into child's pose or downward dog, bowing down with grace and ease, and continue at your own slow breathing pace. Feeling free to move through chaturanga if you'd like, more of a strength-based practice. Feeling free to keep the knees down the whole time if you want more of a gentle practice. You're really attuning to your body's cues as you move, as you breathe. Modifying in any way that serves your body in the moment. Good. After the next full round, you can pause into child's pose. And take a nice deep breath into the back body. And open mouth ujjayi exhalation. Good. And you can bring the arms alongside the legs and lift the torso up and lift the body all the way up to standing. Standing near the front of the mat. Taking those courageous steps forward into our circle of light together. And take a moment to send some roots down into the earth, so bringing the attention from the thinking, planning mind down into the body, down into the legs and feet. And imagine us as a circle of redwood trees and the roots that overlap. So just bring some energy and attention to your roots, extending down and out and interweaving with each other. And from that grounded, rooted place, lengthening through the legs and spine, blossoming open through the heart. And unite the palms together in front of the heart. Extend the arms forward, up and back. And then soften the hands open, relaxing the fingers. Softening the hands open. And just take a few moments to lovingly acknowledge all that you're holding in your life right now. And just see how it feels to tap into the qualities of grace and ease as you hold whatever it is you're holding, however difficult and challenging it might be. The open hand, the open fingers where some things might slip through. Take a deep, rich breath in, opening to that, and exhale, hinge forward, bow down. Feel free to bend the knees humbly like I am. This can help the pelvic bowl rock forward, releasing tension through the low back. And just melt over the legs like a waterfall. Tuning in. Listening to the cues from your dear body as they send messages to you. Just let them know that you're listening and that you care. Good. Fingertips in line with the toes. Step the left foot far back. Left knee lower down or raised, your choice. It helps to rock the hips forward if there's any availability for that. It helps to have the right knee above the right ankle, and then lift the head, neck, and chest. Opening your heart. Opening your heart to the one within you that might be feeling some pressure, some expectations, probably a lot of frustrations for us as mothers because we so need each other. Our need for each other increased when we became mothers because we're social mammals and we exist in tribe. So having that cut off has been difficult for us. So much more difficult for us than most people, especially single mothers. So lifting the head, neck, and chest, opening the heart to any part of you that's been feeling distressed or frustrated, and just send some care towards that part of you. You can bow the head and rock the hips back. You can lift the right toes, straightening the right leg a little bit. It doesn't have to be all the way straight like mine isn't. And just bow the head humbly down as you send care towards that part of you. Rock the hips forward, lift the head, neck, and chest, opening your heart. Opening your heart to any part of you that's been having a hard time in any way by any of this. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Rock the hips back, bow the head, and send compassion towards that one within you. And continue at your own slow breathing pace, inhaling, rocking forward, and exhaling, rocking back. Good. After the next full round, you can pause. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, right foot steps back, downward dog or plank pose. And these are challenging poses, so if you need to rest on all fours at any point, you can. Otherwise, see if you can greet this challenge with the qualities of grace and ease. Finding something that can soften, like if you're in downward dog, the belly, or the face, whether you're in plank or downward dog. Take a nice deep breath in, a long, slow exhalation. And then come forward and up, either knees, chest, and chin, or just slither forward, or chaturanga, coming into cobra, or upward dog. And then inhale, lifting head, neck, and chest, pressing the hands down and back, isometrically towards the feet. And exhaling, lowering the forehead down, pressing the hands down and forward towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lifting head, neck, and chest, press the hands down and back towards the feet. Exhale, lowering the head down slowly, pressing the hands down and forward towards the front of the mat. And continue at your own slow breathing pace. On the next breath in, you can say silently in your own mind, may I experience grace and ease today. And on the out breath, may all beings experience grace and ease. On the in breath, may I experience grace and ease. And on the out breath, may all beings experience grace and ease. And continue a few more rounds unless you'd like a rest, which is perfectly fine. Good. After the next full round, you can pause, press the hands down. Press the belly button towards the spine as you lift the hips up high. And just resting into downward dog for a few breaths. Just meeting up with yourself here. And then you can bend the right knee, pressing the left heel down. Stretching the left calf. And then slowly bend the left knee, pressing the right heel down, stretching the right calf. And continue to alternate slowly, just bringing presence into the calves. Good. And look between the hands. Step the left foot forward between the hands, right knee raised or lowered. Lifting head, neck, and chest. And once again, opening your heart. So in this practice of tapping into grace and ease, we want to avoid a emotional bypass or spiritual bypass. So we don't want to overlook any parts of ourselves or experiences within us that are challenging, but instead to include them and to bring those qualities of grace and ease to them. So opening our hearts, just inviting forward any aspect of ourselves, maybe any aspect that you tapped into in the opening meditation, any aspect of ourselves that's needing our attention, just bringing that part forward. Take a nice deep breath into it as you open your heart to it with compassion and care. And exhale, rock the hips back, lift the left toes. Take a few breaths here, bowing the head down, surrendering the heart towards the thigh. And shining compassion and care on that part of you. You can even use words inwardly, saying, I care about you. I'm here for you. I know this has been hard. For so many full-time moms, I know it's been hard for you not to have a break.
I know you need a break, and I know it's been so hard not to get one. I hear you, and I care. I know you want your own space. It's coming, sweetie. I'll be here with you, by your side, until that time comes for you. So rock the hips forward, lift the head, neck, and chest. Take a few deep breaths in and out, just tapping into that compassionate spaciousness within your heart center and deep within you, always. And then we'll rock back and forth with the breath. Inhale here, and exhale, rocking back, bowing down, shining care on that one within you. Inhale, rocking forward and up, opening your heart to the one within you that needs your care today. And exhale, rocking back with grace and ease, connecting with her. And continue at your own slow breathing pace, connecting with her or him or it, whatever form it takes inside you, that one who needs your care. Good. After the next full round, you can pause. Rocking the hips forward, lifting the head, neck, and chest. Take a nice deep breath in. Yes, and exhale, step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Bow the head down, tuning in. And just noticing what's here now. Bowing down to what's there within you with grace and ease. Extend through the low back, lengthening through the arms, lifting the torso up, lifting the arms up, arching back. And then practicing surrendering through the fingers a little bit. So soft hands, fingers spread apart just a little bit as we arch up and back. Instead of holding things so that they're really, really right, which causes a tension and an intensity, a grasping in our hands, an attachment to results, we can practice a grace and ease through our hands and fingers, a soft opening of the palm and fingers. And some things might slip through, and practicing letting that be okay. So take a nice deep breath in as we open with grace and ease, and exhale, palms to the heart. Continuing with the breath, exhale fully. Inhale the arms forward, up and back. Yes. And exhale, bow down to what's there, bringing a spirit of grace and ease to it. Inhale, right foot back, lift head, neck, and chest, opening the heart. Exhale, left foot back, downward dog or plank pose. Inhale, come forward and up into cobra or upward dog. Yes. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lifting head, neck, and chest, opening the heart. Exhale, bowing down with grace and ease as you pull the left foot forward. Inhale, arms forward, up and back, opening to the day with a spirit of grace and ease. And exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, arms forward, up and back, blossoming open with grace and ease. And exhale, bow down to what's there, unfolding within you. Inhale, left foot back, lifting head, neck, and chest. Exhale, right foot back, downward dog or plank pose. Inhale, come forward and up into cobra or upward dog. Yes, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, opening the heart to yourself. And exhale, right foot forward, bowing down to the wisdom within you. Inhale, arms forward, up and back, blossoming open with the spirit of grace and ease. And exhale, palms to the heart. Just pause here for a few breaths, integrating. Exhale fully. Inhale, extend the arms forward, up and back, blossoming open, and exhale, bow down. And you can inhale the left foot back and pause here for a few breaths. And lift the head, neck, and chest. We're going to lift the left knee. We're going to lower the left heel down. And we're going to walk the hands towards the left and rotate the right foot towards the left. So the feet are spread apart. If it feels too wide, you can walk the feet a little closer. If you want a wider stance, you can walk them further apart. Either way is fine. And then we're going to have the hands on the earth beneath the head. And then we'll be lifting the head, neck, and chest, bending the knees a little bit, swinging the tip of the tailbone back and up. And exhale, bow down, folding forward, straightening the legs a little bit. They don't need to become all the way straight. Inhale, straightening the arms, lifting the chest, swinging the tip of the tailbone back and up. Maybe bend the knees a little bit here. And then exhale, bow down. And continue. Just inhaling up and exhaling down. Good. And after the next full round, you can pause. And you can heel toe the feet a little bit closer together. And we're going to lower the knees onto the floor, coming onto the knees. And then we're going to extend the left foot out to the left. Bring the left hand onto the left thigh. And I'm not mirror imaging you, so you can look towards the other people in the Zoom call. And lift the right arm up to the sky. So you'll be opposite me. Inhale here. Exhale, slide the left hand down the left thigh. Rotating the right shoulder back slightly. So there's a tendency to collapse inward and collapse the heart. So we're going to be rotating that right shoulder back slightly. And just breathing the right side of the body open. And then soften through the right fingers. Lengthening through the pointer finger and the other fingers soften around it a little bit. Good. So from here, we'll lift the torso up, lift the arms up, rotate the palms up. So an open hand with soft fingers. So this is where we can symbolize that spirit of grace and ease through the fingers. This open palm, relaxed fingers. And then we're going to slowly lower the right hand down, engaging the lateral obliques as we lower the right hand down. Left arm comes alongside the left ear. Extend through the left pointer finger, and then let the rest of the fingers soften around that extension. Good. So this is a challenging movement, and so we'll be practicing tapping into a spirit of grace and ease as we move through it. So inhale, lifting up, palms up, soft fingers. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, rising, lifting the palms up, soft fingers, grace and ease as we lower to the right. Left arm alongside left ear. Inhale, rising with grace and ease. Exhale, surrender to the left. Good, flowing. Inhale, flowing up with grace and ease. And exhale, surrendering down to the right. And continue a few more rounds at your own pace. Just trusting your sense of this flow. Honoring your own rhythm here. Good. After the next full round, you can pause. Eventually lowering the hands down onto the earth, out in front, taking your time. Hands down on the floor beneath the forehead. And then we're just going to do some cat-cow. So left hand can be in front of right knee. Right hand in front of right knee, left hand kind of in between the thigh and the knee. We're going to round the back, tuck the chin, tucking the tailbone under. And inhale, lifting head, neck, and chest, swinging the tip of the tailbone back and up as we lift the heart. Exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, lifting head, neck, and chest, opening the heart. Good. Close the eyes and just tune to your own rhythm here for the next few rounds. Good. After the next full round, you can pause. And then we're going to bend the left knee and extend the right leg out to the right. And we're going to lift the torso up. Bring the right hand to the right thigh. Lifting the left arm up to the sky. Again, I'm opposite you. And we're going to lean to the right, opening the left side of the body. You might feel a little pull around the lower back or the outer side of the hip. And we're going to invite the left shoulder back. Lengthen through the left fingertip of the pointer finger and then let the rest of the fingers soften around that. So there's some directionality. There's some goal, perhaps, there's some focus, but we can move towards that goal with grace and ease. We can focus on the task with the spirit of grace and ease. So gently rise, lift the torso up, rotate the palms up. Finding permission to let things slip through the cracks a little bit as we stand here upright with palms up, fingers open. So just clutch your hands for a moment. Just make a fist with both hands and feel the energy of that. Close the eyes and just feel what that feels like. To clutch and grasp in that efforting and striving, that habitual striving, that's often a compulsion for most of us. And then just practice surrendering the hands open with a willingness to let some things slip through the cracks. Good. From here, slowly lower the left hand down, right arm alongside the right ear, lengthen through the right pointer finger, let the rest of the fingers soften around that direction, around that focus. So there can be some focus, there can be some direction, and there can be softness around it. Good. Exhale here, flowing now. Inhale, rising, palms up to center. And exhale, flowing to the right. Good. Inhale, rising with grace and ease in the hands. And exhale, surrendering to the left. And continue at your own slow breathing pace. Just feeling the flow. Really acknowledging those aspects of yourself that have tapped into flow at various moments
throughout this pandemic. Those moments when you're just flowing with it. You're flowing with your children. You're flowing with the meal preparation. You're flowing with the moment at hand. Just really acknowledging yourself for your capacity to flow with grace and ease. Good. After the next full round, you can pause, eventually placing the hands down onto the earth out in front again. Good. And so left hand in front of left knee, right hand kind of midway between hip and knee on the right side. And then round the back, tuck the chin, tucking the tailbone under. And inhale, lifting head, neck, and chest, swinging the tip of the tailbone back and up. Exhale, rounding the back. And continue at your own slow breathing pace. Good. Closing the eyes, tuning into your own rhythm. Feeling the flow as you ride the wave of your breath. Good. After the next full round, you can pause. And then you can bend the right knee next to the left. And then you can turn around and face the front of your mat, near the middle of the mat. And then lift the torso up. And bring the hands onto the low back, palms on the low back with fingertips down. Squeeze shoulder blades towards each other, squeeze elbows towards each other. You can curl the toes under so the heels are raised a little bit. And we're going to move into a modified Camel Pose, Ustrasana. So press the hips forward, lifting head, neck, and chest, arching up and back. Some of us will stay here. Most of us will stay here with hands supporting the back and spine. Some of you might reach left hand for heel and or right hand for heel, but please don't force that. Instead, most of us will just stay in a more modified, gentle pose with hands on the back. And the chin can either stay tucked or you can invite the head back. See what serves you best here. Most important thing is that we're opening the chest and the heart. So just breathe the chest and the heart open. Feel the spaciousness of your dear heart, the vastness of heart. Take one more deep breath into it. Yes, and exhale, gently rising, bringing the hands onto the earth. And then eventually, slowly lowering buttocks towards the heels, forehead towards the floor, and bring the arms alongside the legs for full child's pose. And if there's any tenderness in the back, just take a nice deep breath into that area of tenderness. And on the exhalation, soften around that area of tenderness. Deep breath into any area of tenderness. And exhale, practice softening around the area of tenderness. And one more time. Deep breath into any area of tenderness. A nice ujjayi, open mouth ujjayi exhalation. Softening around that tenderness. Good. Kaveri Patel, one of the mindful moms in our group, who's no longer in our group, but the memory of her is. And she's a doctor and a poet, and she writes this beautiful poem with this phrase that I always love to share. Rest on the earth, dear child. You don't have to hold yourself up so much.
Rest on the earth, dear child. You don't have to hold yourself up so much. Oh, feeling the support of Mother Earth beneath you. Just allow yourself to rest into the earth just a little more fully. Take a nice deep breath in. Long, slow, open mouth ujjayi exhalation. And gently rise. Soft face, soft eyes. Might feel some parasympathetic activation, that rest and digest part of our nervous system online. And bring the legs out in front. And you can bend the left knee. Cross the left foot over the right thigh. Some of you will just melt the knee out to the side here. Others will slide the left heel towards the right hip, drawing left knee towards right knee. It's okay if that doesn't happen. You can just leave the leg crossed, or you can move heel towards hip. And then we'll move into a Yin pose. So we're not going to be striving or pulling from a muscular capacity. We're just going to be melting forward, letting gravity draw us forward. And as we relax the muscles in this pose, the joints are impacted. So just relax the muscles, offering appropriate stress to the joints, tucking on the joints a little bit to stimulate the release of synovial fluid to help the joints be more pliant and pliable. Good. And then maybe rotating the palms up with soft open hands, relaxed fingers. It's that symbolic gesture of moving through the day with grace and ease, of holding whatever it is we're holding with a spirit of grace and ease. Jack Kornfield writes, "The path is not about perfecting the self. The path is about deepening compassion for the self." So when we're on a path of perfection, we're often grasping. And what we're often grasping for ends up holding a lot of emptiness. So we're grasping often for something that's empty. Over time, we can practice surrendering our expectations that we put on ourselves, surrendering into what is, surrendering the need to have everything happen perfectly or go the way we wanted it to. The path is not about perfecting the self. The path is about deepening compassion for the self. Take a nice deep breath into that. And a long, slow exhalation. It could be low too. Low sound. And then gently lift the torso up. Good. And we'll lift the left knee up, left foot on the floor, still crossed over. And we'll wrap the right arm around the bent knee, left hand onto the earth, back behind us. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, rotate towards the left from low back, mid back, upper back. And then the head can turn to look past the left shoulder. Good. Exhale, fully deepen the twist a little bit. And then inhale, gently unwind. And then you can extend the left leg forward, bending the right knee. Crossing the right foot over the left. You can just let the knee drape out to the side here. Perfectly fine if that's where you'd like to practice. Or you can explore sliding the heel towards the hip a little bit. It may or may not greet the hip. Just see what works best for you. And then from here, we'll just practice surrendering forward, letting gravity do most of the work. So we're relaxing the muscles so the joints can receive an appropriate stress. Rotate the palms up in that symbolic gesture of opening to grace and ease more fully in our lives. As I support mothers both in our group and also in my counseling practice, I'm so humbled by bearing witness to the transition from before children to after children, and how big of a blow to the ego it is that we suddenly no longer have time to get everything done on our to-do list after the children come into our lives, and how hard that is to reckon with, to reconcile. And how challenging it is to find an experience of esteem and value when there's seemingly so little to show for at the end of the day. All the while that we're doing one of the most important jobs in the whole world. The work that goes unseen but remains felt. The job of attuning to our children's needs, tending to them with love and care, regulating our own emotional states to help co-regulate them. Whew. So much that we're doing. That of course, that long to-do list won't get done. So just taking a moment to really value all that you are doing. And the invisible work that does get done. Take a nice deep breath into that. A long, slow exhalation. And gently rise. Lift the right knee, lowering the right foot to the floor. Wrap the left arm around the knee. Right hand onto the earth back behind you. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, rotate towards the right from the low back, mid back, upper back. Good. And then inhale, rotate towards the left just a little bit. Exhale, deepen towards the right. And then inhale, gently unwind. Coming back to center, bring the right leg out in front. So we're going to do a little mini back bend. We're going to bend both knees out to the side. And bring the hands onto the earth back behind us. And we're going to rock the tops of the hips forward, arching the back, lifting the head, neck, and chest. Take a few deep breaths here, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Opening the heart. Take a nice deep breath in, yes. And then exhale, slide the legs forward, hinge forward from the hips.
and bow down. Good. And just take a few moments to tune in. Just lingering in the potential of moving through the day with grace and ease, especially when we find moments of challenge. The principle of least effort. How can we move through this challenge with the least amount of effort required? With a spirit of grace and ease. Just notice what's arising within you. And just send a message of self-care. Whether it's a sensation or an emotion, a thought or a memory or image. Just touching it with a caring hand and a warm, compassionate smile. I care about you. I care. Good. Exhale fully. Inhale, lift the torso up. Lift the arms up. And just taking a few moments to soften the fingers, even as the arms are raised. So lengthening maybe through the pointer finger and then let the other finger soften around that directionality. So upraised Dandasana, upraised staff pose, Urdhva Dandasana here. And as we lift the arms, we can open to support from higher self or higher power. And just calling in support for this practice of moving through our days and especially our challenges with increasing grace and ease. And take a nice deep breath into that support. And then we're going to open our arms out to the sides and send some support out to each other. You can lean back a little bit, sending some support to each other. Just saying through our warm smiles and our open arms that may you move through your day with grace and ease today. Bring the hands to your own heart. May I move through the day with grace and ease. Then extend the arms out to the sides. May you move through your day with grace and ease, mamas. Inhale, may I move through my day with grace and ease. You can lift up a little bit through the hips. And exhale, lean back a little bit. May you move through your day with grace and ease. Inhale, may I move through my day with grace and ease. Exhale, leaning back. May you move through your day with grace and ease. Good. And lower all the way down. And hug the knees into the chest. And just receive those well wishes from the other mamas. And you can either have the knees towards the chest, or you can lift the soles of the feet up to the sky, taking hold of the outer edges of the feet for Blissful Baby Pose, Ananda Balasana. See what feels best for you. And you can also choose to be still or rocking. Take a nice deep breath in, a long, slow exhalation. And then you can lower the soles of the feet onto the floor. Spread the feet mat width apart. You can feel the mat, the edges of the mat with your feet, and bring the arms back behind you. I love this pose because it helps us tap into an internal vastness. So just move both knees to the left, windshield wipering down to the left. You can press left knee down as you lift the right hip up a little bit, and just feel a spaciousness through the right side of the rib cage and chest. Take a nice deep breath in, feel that vastness within you. And exhale, knees up to the sky. Good. And then lower both knees to the right. Left knee presses down as left hip rises. And then feel that spaciousness in the left side of the body, the left rib cage, the heart. Take a nice deep breath into that internal spaciousness. Yes, and then exhale, knees to the sky. And then continue with the breath, inhaling knees to the side, breathing into that vastness. And exhaling, knees to the sky. Continuing at your own rhythm. Making any subtle shifts or modifications that nourish you. Moving nice and slowly with grace and ease. Good. After the next full round, you can pause. And we'll prepare for our final relaxation practice. We already did our twist seated today. So feel free to swing the legs up the wall for the up the wall pose, the legs up the wall pose. Pardon. Or you can place the feet on a chair or the couch or up the bed if you're near your bed, practicing at home. And you can also choose to just recline on the floor if you prefer that, like I am. So just allowing the body to actively relax, actively release, actively letting go, softening into the space around you. Gently invite the awareness back home to the breath. And take a deep, rich breath in and slowly exhale. And gently invite the awareness back to the body, gently awakening the physical body, maybe moving through fingers or toes or gently stretching in any way that might feel good. Eventually rolling all the way over onto the side and just pause in a curled up fetal position for a moment's rest. Curling up sweetly with yourself. Really practice this almost like a pose, a position of lovingly beholding yourself just as you are right now today, with a willingness to change and grow and unfold. And then you can press the hands into the earth, lifting the body up to seated. Coming to a comfortable seated position, closing the eyes, checking the posture. And placing the hands on the heart. And I'll leave you with these words by Galway Camel, who writes, "The bud stands for all things. The bud stands for all things, even those things that don't flower. For everything flowers from within, of self-blessing. Though sometimes it is necessary to reteach a thing its loveliness, to put a hand on its brow of the flower and retell it in words and in touch, it is lovely, until it flowers again from within of self-blessing." The bud stands for all things, even those things that don't flower, for everything flowers from within of self-blessing. Though sometimes it is necessary to reteach a thing its loveliness, to put a hand on its brow of the flower and retell it in words and in touch, it is lovely, until it flowers again from within of self-blessing. So closing your eyes, just gently take your right hand and brush across your brow and retell yourself you are lovely. And bringing your hand back to your heart and just notice. Again, with your hands on your heart, just retelling yourself and those parts of you that are in distress, are feeling frustrated, that you care and that they are lovely. And in honor of this, reteaching a thing its loveliness, in honor of moving through our days with grace and ease, we offer ourselves and each other a deep, humble bow and namaste. Namaste. So it's 10:22 right now in my watch, so we'll have about 5 minutes. Coming back about 10:27. Feel free to make some tea, get a warm, cozy blanket, find a nice, comfortable position to sit in for our sharing circle. I'll see you soon.